Hi, my name is Annalisa Bell, and I'm going to be giving a brief presentation about the issue of women's underrepresentation in the United States political system. So worldwide, women only make up around 23% of national parliamentary systems. And furthermore, the United States, which calls itself a very developed and forward-thinking nation, only ranks 104th in terms of women's representation in government. White older men in particular are overrepresented, but why does this matter? Why should we care about including more women? One of the main reasons is that women in office are more likely to address issues that pertain to and benefit women. For example, women consistently co-sponsor more bills relating to women's health than their male counterparts. Furthermore, statistics show that countries that have more female representation in government are more likely to have more positive attitudes towards women. This includes seeing them as more than just a housewife or a trophy wife, and seeing them as capable to do anything they set their mind to. So the question of this presentation is, what can the United States be doing to increase women's representation in government? So one of the first policies that the United States could implement is gender quotas. There are three different types, but since we're crunched for time, I'm going to be only talking about electoral candidate quotas. These are mandatory quotas written into the law that require all political parties have a minimum number of candidates be female on their suggested list for the ballot. Research has demonstrated that all three of these gender quotas are effective methods to put women on the fast track to increasing women's representation. However, the best method for the long run are these electoral candidate quotas. However, research also shows that these quotas must have a minimum requirement of 30%. So every political party must have a list of candidates, and 30% must be female when they set that forth to the ballot. Furthermore, these electoral candidate quotas must have penalties for noncompliance, which can range from financial sanctions to having the political party's list of candidates be taken off the national ballot altogether. This is a map of all the countries that are utilizing gender quotas around the world. As you can see, most of the countries worldwide are using some shape or form. One of the countries that has implemented these electoral candidate quotas is Spain, which is marked in the middle of the map there. They have enjoyed a great amount of success in terms of women's representation due to this type of quota. They implemented a mandatory 40% electoral candidate quota law in 2007 that had a bunch of different sanctions for noncompliance, and they observed an 8% increase of women in government in 7 years. The country currently ranks 16th in terms of women's representation in government. Another avenue that the United States can explore is changing their work culture. Government and politics has historically been male-dominated, while women were expected to stay home and raise children. Research has demonstrated that countries that have altered their work culture to be more inclusive of working mothers enjoy higher rates of women in politics. Some policy suggestions are offering childcare, paid parental leave, and family-friendly working hours for government employees. So this is a map of countries, or an image of countries that offer paid maternity leave as compared to the United States, who does not provide any. 13 out of the other 14 countries listed rank higher than the United States in terms of women's representation in government. So this is a significant correlation that the United States needs to look more into. One of the countries that have redefined their work culture that is more inclusive to working mothers is Sweden. They are often referred to as one of the most inclusive and equal countries in the world. They offer daycare services for members of parliament, 480 days of paid parental leave, and 60 of these days go to each parent. So that discourages the stereotype of the woman having to take off work to raise children. And they also avoid evening and Monday and Friday votes. They currently rank 7th in terms of women's representation in government, and they're high above the North American and European Union average, as you can see from the map in the bottom of the screen. So overall, enforcing candidate gender quotas and redefining the work culture are just two of the several ways that the United States could take a step towards increasing the rate of women in government. Hopefully this presentation has made you more aware of this issue and eager to start advocating for some of these policies.